What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video today, and we doing the series, the Would You Rather. Now, once again, in this series, it is consistent of having two players and you put them in a scenario. And whichever scenario you rather them be in, you're going to have them fill that role for that team. So in the first one, I did Paulo versus Alper and Segun, and they were the stars of their team. Now in this one today, the scenario will be you have two all-star players, both big men. And both big men, they're power forward and they're center. So they could be a Joel Embiid, and for your power forward, you can have an all-star like Domantas Sabonis. And you need a point guard to run the offense. And the offense is ran through the two bigs, obviously, but you need somebody who can still do other things throughout on the court for you. So the first person that we're going to be talking about today is Cade Cunningham. Now, Cade, he has been a person where you could say he's been the number one option on this team, and I would say that he's been the number one option on this team. He plays for a pretty bad team, and all around the team hasn't been something that you should look at and say, okay, he's putting up these numbers, he's this good, he's that good, because you really don't know. When you're playing on a bad team like the team that he's been playing for his first couple of years in the league, it really could just be up in the air. Obviously, you have to be good to put up numbers in the league, but you also don't have to be that good to put on numbers on a bad team. So for this season, he's been averaging 23 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists on 45% shooting from the field and 34% from the three-point line with an 87% from the free throw. And I'll say the best parts of this game is his passing ability. He's able to pass the ball. He's able to play make. He doesn't rebound as much as I believe he should, but in prior years, he rebounded the ball a little bit more. And he's able to hit a mid-range. He's able to get to the basket, and he's a tall guard. Tall guard can run your offense, can get to his spots, can hit shots if need be. But this could be an excellent pickup for Joel Embiid and Domantas Sabonis type players, because he can facilitate the offense and he can still get to the rim, get to the basket. But a possibility is he can also be that third all-star on that team because he's a well-rounded player. Now, the next person that we're going to be speaking on is Tyrese Maxey. And with Tyrese Maxey, he's a guy who averages 26 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. These are all rounded up. 45% from the field goal, 37% from the three, and 87% from the free throw line. Now, this obviously might be something that's easier to see because he already plays with a dominant big in Joel Embiid, and that was the example that I gave. And he's been killing. He's been putting up numbers. He is able to do really whatever he wants out there, but that is probably a lot to do with having Joel Embiid and him having a lot of weight taken off of him, because the offense is the defense is looking so much into what Joel Embiid is doing. But it's not to say that that's the only reason. Tyrese has obviously improved tremendously throughout his career thus far. He should be an all-star this year. He's taken that leap. He's one of the best young guards in the league. He's only 23 years old. And the thing that you really like about him is that he can score in a multitude of ways. He has a great three ball. He has a good mid-range. He can get to the rim. He can play that pick-and-roll game with either Domantas Sabonis or Joel Embiid. He can give you a basket at any time. So he's definitely a good pickup as well. So it's pretty hard to choose who you will want in this situation. The problems that you may have with Cade is, from what we've seen, Cade is very ball dominant. But it's because he's had to be. He's the best player on his team. He is the offense on that team. He runs the offense as well. So he's going to have the ball a lot, and he makes some mistakes. He can create turnovers and whatnot. for Tyrese, he's also very ball dominant just because he is that second scoring threat on that Sixers team. So when you're getting a lot of double teams and triple teams towards Joel, the person that's going to get the ball more so is that second option, that's Tyrese. And a lot of times when he's doing that pick and roll play, he has the ball in his hands. He's not passing off too much just because the defense is always looking so heavily into Joel Embiid, but he's a ball dominant player, and he's not the tallest, he's not the biggest guy on the court, so he could potentially get bullied out there, unlike Cade. Cade is 6'6", 220. Tyrese is 6'2", 200 pounds. So it's really pick your poison. The thing that I would say Cade has over him is that he's a better playmaker than Tyrese at this point in their careers. He's a bit younger. He's only 22. Now, Tyrese is only 23, so they're only a year apart, but Cade is a bit younger. Cade also doesn't have to have the ball to be looked at as somebody who's out there on the court and he's doing what he needs to do. But for Tyrese is better than Cade at putting the ball in the hoop. And at the end of the day, no matter how much you can play make, no matter how much you can get your teammates involved, the goal and the objective of the team is to what? Put the ball in the basket. And Tyrese can do that with the best of them, and he's only 23 years old. In terms of their numbers, they're only 0.6 assists away from one another. Tyrese is more efficient. Cade is a better all-around player thus far for their careers. You got Tyrese averaging 17, 3, and 4, while Cade's averaging 19, 5, and 6. Now, honestly, they both had different roles in the league thus far. Tyrese has never had his own team and been able to do what he wants to do, while Cade has been able to do that his whole career. And Tyrese being a second option, he's putting up 26 points, while Cade is only putting up 23. But I believe that to be not something that you look at too heavily, because Tyrese has the luxury of being able to be a part of a team with somebody who I believe will be the MVP again this year and was the MVP last year. Now, Cade, on the other hand, defense is playing for him more, I believe, just because he is the focal point of the offense. They really don't have anybody on the Pistons who is looked at as a scoring threat other than Cade. So defense is playing for him a bit more. And their field goal percentage isn't too far from one another. Tyrese only shoot 45.3. Cade shoot 44.9. It's pretty close. So for me, if I had to give an answer, the winner is hard because I love both of their games, and I think that they could both be something for the team, but they definitely bring a different style of play for each player or for each team. They will definitely bring a different thing out of the teams. But if I have Domantas Sabonis type player and I have a Joel Embiid, I will probably go Tyrese Maxey. And that's just because Maxey, he's a guy who can pass the ball. He can hit open threes. He doesn't have to have the ball all the time. He's able to hit and knock down open shots more than Cade, and he's shown that in his career thus far. With Sabonis being on that team as well, he's an all-around threat. He rebounds, he passes the ball a lot. So in terms of your all-around play, you really got that from Sabonis already, and we know what Joel does. He's dominant. He's a 50 ball every single night. Cade, to me, he would not fit in as well as Tyrese just because he can't knock down a shot. He doesn't at least knock down the 3 ball at the same rate that Tyrese does in terms of catching and shooting it. He needs the ball more to get a feel for it and get to his spots more than Tyrese would in that offense. And I feel that Domantas and Cade, they would clash heads a bit just because they're not the same player, but they're pretty similar. And similar in the fact that they both have all-around games where they like to get their teammates involved and they don't like to always shoot the ball. So that's what my answer would be. I'm going with Maxey. You guys let me know who you got in today's video in the comment section. Thank you for watching once again. I hope you guys have a great day. That's from my eyes to yours once again. And I'm out, bro. Peace.